Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Rob's Rig. So I've got the new to me Jeep Wrangler. This is a 2025. It is the Willys version, and it is the four-door. And previously I had, I guess, numerous Jeep Gladiators. This is the first four-door Jeep Wrangler I've ever had. So I wanted to give you an idea, I guess, of the differences, or what I've noticed anyway, between the two, particularly if you're in the market, you're trying to decide, should I go with a Wrangler four-door or should I go with a Jeep Gladiator? Well, let's go ahead and jump in. Number one, covered storage. Obviously, on the four-door Wrangler, there is no bed, but we do have quite a decent amount, particularly if you put the seats down, of covered storage. And honestly, it's one of the things that I think I like better. And I know I could and have had tonneau covers or put a tonneau cover on the Wrangler or on the Gladiator, but it's just easier, I think, to pop open the door and throw stuff back here if you want. I do prefer this, I think, over the Gladiator. The only benefit, I guess, that having the bed is that you can throw the dirty stuff, you know, like mulch or rocks or dirt or whatever, in the back of the Gladiator to haul it. Obviously, you're not going to do that in the Jeep Wrangler. Number two, I've noticed a smoother ride in the Jeep Wrangler four-door as compared to the Gladiator. And there's a couple reasons for that. Weight is one, which we'll get to in a minute. And secondly is, again, I guess weight related when the truck is empty, the Gladiator, because you have all of that lighter area behind you that just kind of bounces around a little bit on the road. We don't have that in the four-door Wrangler. It's, I guess, distributed a little bit more evenly because it is covered in the back. Number three, power. Now this one's kind of interesting because of the weight difference between the two, which again, we'll get to in a minute. And I was surprised about this. But anyway, the power in the Jeep Wrangler seems to be almost comparable to the Gladiator. I would say, and this is for the 3.6 liter naturally aspirated engine, but I would say the Jeep Wrangler is probably just a hair slower, if that matters to you. I mean, I know nobody buys a Jeep Wrangler or a Jeep Gladiator, I guess, to go out and race it, but still, it's nice to have, I think, as much acceleration, as much oomph or get up and go as you can have, because that just makes driving more fun, at least for me anyway. Number four, it's shorter and easier to maneuver and fit in the garage. You know, when I had the Gladiator, I could not put it on this side of my garage. It had to go there underneath the lift because I have a longer area over there, I suppose. It's nice to be able to have the option to put the Wrangler on either side if I want. And yeah, the lift is high enough. I'm not going to hit the roof or anything of the Wrangler, but it's just nice to be able to have that flexibility, and it does fit in a standard garage. The other thing is maneuverability when you're out driving around, right? We don't have that extra length on the Wrangler, so it makes it easier to get through tight spots. If you're at the grocery store or Lowe's or wherever you happen to go that might be a bit tighter, the Jeep Wrangler is just easier, I think, to maneuver. It fits better because it's not as long. Makes sense, right? Number five, mods. And this is the good part, I guess, because I have used some between both. When you're into mods and things, and maybe you're going from a Gladiator to a Wrangler or a Wrangler to a Gladiator, they're basically interchangeable. Everything fits between the two. I really like that because if you're into switching out vehicles every couple, 3 years and you're into doing mods and things, it saves you a little bit of money, right? Because let's face it, they're like a great big erector set. You can't help but mod them, right? And it's nice to be able to, I guess, switch the parts back and forth if you trade out rather frequently. You don't have to start over. Maybe you found something that you really like. I'll give you an example of something that I didn't do that I should have, and that is the Sunrider soft top, or the area that fits where these Freedom panels are. On one of the Gladiators, I think actually two of them that I had that Sunrider soft top on, and I should have taken it off and kept it for the next vehicle because I knew I would have another Jeep down the road. I could have reused it on this particular vehicle as opposed to having to buy a new one, which I will do. And I will say the price has gone up. I think the first one I ever bought was somewhere around 800 bucks, something like that. They're now over $1,000. Best to get those when they're on sale, I think. But that's just an example of something I could have saved and wished I would have, because I much prefer having that Sunrider soft top up there that I can just unlatch and flip back, as opposed to the Freedom panels that I've got to take off, store somewhere, hope that I don't damage them, which I have done in the past. I actually chipped the corner of one of them. Just much easier. Number 6, the Wrangler should be better off-road. Now, let me preface this by saying, and everybody on the channel knows, I'm not a big-time off-roader, not really by choice, more by opportunity. Where I'm at, there's not a lot of places to go off-road. I mean, yeah, you could chance driving through some farmer's field and hope that it wasn't freshly planted and he wants you to compensate him for all of the seeds you just destroyed. But there's not a lot of places for me to go. But it's just intuitive. It makes sense to me that having the shorter version, the Jeep Wrangler, is going to be better off-road, probably because of the weight difference too, which we're going to get to in just a minute. But I think the Wrangler 4-door, and of course the 2-door, if you happen to go that route, much more capable off-road. Not to say that you can't go off-roading in a Gladiator. Of course you can. I think it's probably, I would say, top 3 in off-road capable vehicles. But nonetheless, having the shorter version just makes it more nimble and better for off-road, I would think. Lastly, number 7, the weight difference. And this is what I found to be really surprising. I did an AI search, so this is in general, and it depends on the options you have and the trim level and all of that. But the Jeep Wrangler 4-door comes in at around 5,200 pounds. I was really surprised at that, and even more so that it weighs more than the Jeep Wrangler, or the Jeep Gladiator does. The Jeep Gladiator comes in on the high side at 5,050 pounds. Now, we're talking, what, 150 pounds, something like that. So it's not a huge difference. But nonetheless, I would have expected the Jeep Gladiator, because of its bigger, I guess, footprint or size, would have been heavier than the Jeep Wrangler. But it's not. Anyway, those are just a few comparisons, I guess, between the Jeep Gladiator and the Jeep Wrangler 4-door, because I've had so many Wranglers and now my first 4-door Jeep Wrangler. Let me know if you agree and if there's anything else that I'm missing between the two. Why is one maybe better than the other? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, smash that subscribe button if you haven't before, and we'll see you next time on the web. Bye.